So, I watched Captain America Brave New World. That's about the extent of what I took away from the movie. Captain America Brave New World is Sam Wilson's first outing as Cap on the big screen, so naturally I was pretty excited to see where his character would go, and if he could really present anything new to the mantle. Would this be a fresh start for a brand new line of Captain America movies, or just a sequel filling Steve Rogers' place? I can tell you right now, if you were expecting either one of those, you'd be very disappointed. Yes, this movie has Captain America in it, and yeah, it's following Sam after the events of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but this movie really has nothing to do with him. In The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Sam learns that he should take up the mantle even though it presents a lot of issues, such as acceptance from the general public due to his race and how much Steve has done during his time as Cap. We see almost none of those issues presenting itself in the movie. Everyone in this world openly accepts Sam as Cap, and just refers to him as Captain America, so we just kinda gloss over it, aside from General Ross saying, "You're no Steve Rogers." Which I guess is okay, because at the end of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Sam kinda just presents himself as Captain America to the whole world anyways, so that's just off-screen development. But in this movie, Sam still has doubts about himself being Cap, which kind of feels like retreading of his arc in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and doesn't really make sense, seeing as everyone already moved past the fact that the shield was handed to him. He makes a comment about how Steve stopped 2 alien invasions, but he fails to acknowledge that Steve did that with the rest of the Avengers, Sam included. Did he just forget that he was there at the end of Endgame, fighting Thanos and his army like everyone else? Nothing Sam does in his movie really matters for his character, and he comes off as one of the most uninteresting parts of the movie. Almost nothing of significance happens here, and Sam walks out with nothing gained or lost. The weird part about this is that the real main character is kind of General Ross of all people. Never in my life did I think General Ross, or I guess President Ross in his movie, would have more of a character arc in a Captain America movie than Captain America, but here we are. You kind of have to do some MCU homework before going into this, because the movie hinges on your knowledge of the Incredible Hulk. 2 of the villains from this movie are from the Incredible Hulk. Yeah, that's right. Marvel has tricked you into watching a pseudo-sequel to the Edward Norton Hulk movie from 2008. Not only that, but it's more important for you to have watched The Eternals to understand the plot, more than Falcon and the Winter Soldier. You know, the show that's about Sam Wilson becoming Captain America. So, President Ross's whole deal in this movie is that he wants to be able to prove to his daughter Betty that he's a changed man and that he's capable of doing good where it really matters, and it's honestly kinda compelling. Harrison Ford is actually pretty good in this role. Given Harrison Ford's general attitude when it comes to being a nerd shit like Star Wars, I fully expected him to phone this in for a paycheck, but I actually really enjoyed what he brought to the role. He's able to convey Ross's inner turmoil very well, which becomes almost tragic once he turns into the Red Hulk. Which leads me to the next point, Red Hulk. The entire movie builds up to Ross becoming this monster reflective of the person he is on the inside. He kind of spends time trying to suppress this and to not be the monster his daughter thinks he is, and it's actually a really compelling story that works. Is what I would say if I went into this movie completely blind. Every single piece of marketing for this movie has Red Hulk plastered all over it. We even see it on the fucking popcorn buckets. Every single trailer for this movie spoils Ross turning into the Hulk. It's literally everywhere. And the worst part about that, honestly, is that Ross doesn't transform to the Hulk until like the last 20 minutes in the movie for his final battle versus Sam. If Red Hulk wasn't all over the promotional material for this movie, the general audience would have been in for something surprising. But of course, they need to show him off for those big bucks, baby! The big bad of this movie isn't even the Red Hulk, it's the leader. You know, the guy that's teased in The Incredible Hulk at the very end. The leader kind of felt lackluster, which is a shame because a lot of fans of that movie have really just been waiting to see him since 2008, and he's not really menacing. He's kind of just someone in the background, manipulating everyone, using mind control. Listen, I don't care that he uses mind control, but it's barely explained in the movie how he's doing it. They just kind of say, oh, he's a genius, so he knows how to do these things. They don't explain it at all. Even when they show them preventing people falling under this mind control, they barely explain that. I guess it's just canceling out frequencies? And you know what? I actually think it's a pretty cool idea to have the leader want to turn Ross into the Red Hulk. because he's honestly just trying to expose him for being a piece of shit all these years and using him in secret. But really, why is this in a Captain America movie? Imagine this being an actual sequel to The Incredible Hulk, where he's trying to get revenge on Ross and expose him for the monster he truly is by turning him into something that Ross has hunted down for years. It's honestly a cool idea and could be compelling, but again, why here? Why in a Captain America movie where Sam is barely involved in any of that going on? Bucky and Bruce would have made more sense in this movie than Sam. They try to make this a personal issue for Sam by framing Isaiah, and those scenes do work, just not for this plot. I honestly love the scenes where Isaiah was getting arrested and almost breaking down into tears, crying over his suit being mishandled as the police are grabbing him. This innocent man who's been done dirty by the system before is yet again being detained for something that was out of his control. He's wearing the suit that he was married in. A suit that was once attached to the fondest memories of his life is now being tainted by injustice, an injustice that he knows all too well. There's a lot of good ideas in this movie, but it's stitched together so piss poorly and somehow manages to bore you. I should not feel bored watching a movie with Captain America fighting Red Hulk. And the action in this movie, for the most part, is passable, but it doesn't really do anything offensive nor brilliant. The one action sequence that I actually really liked was when they were in the middle of the Indian Ocean, using a dead Celestial as a set piece. It plays out as an intense dogfight, where Sam has to fight both sides of the battle to prevent a bigger war from starting. That's actually a really cool idea, and I wish more of the action was as exciting, but we're stuck with a movie where none of the 5 writers could seem to agree on which ideas they liked more. The whole plot of racing for this new metal adamantium and trying to agree and evenly distribute everything, it could work. But it falls flat because the multiple story threads are fighting each other for dominance and it ends up feeling like filler. Instead of watching a compelling story of this new Captain America trying to inspire the world, we're stuck watching someone throw their action figures at each other and loosely connecting these scenes with a god-awful green screen backdrop. What frustrates me the most about this movie is the fact that it isn't even a terrible watch, it's just a fucking boring one. This was honestly the definition of mid, and Anthony Mackie deserved way more than this. This is supposed to be his first big outing as the main character in a Marvel movie, and they squandered it. At the end of the day, Captain America Brave New World is a cowardly piece of filler. Oh yeah, and Gus Fring's in this movie. He's fine, I guess. 5 out of 10, almost a waste of your time and money. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is my first video, and hopefully I'm able to do a lot more like this. Did you see Captain America Brave New World? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know. If you enjoyed this, give the video a like and subscribe. And I'll see you again. Later.
You've got to do better, Senator.